Can the New York Liberty win the WNBA championship this year? We're going to talk about that here on the Light It Up Liberty podcast. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and subscribe. We're going to be following the Liberty every game this season, along with updating you on the WNBA news around the league. Today, we're going to be talking about everything that's going into the Eastern Conference for this WNBA season and what storylines and what we're going to be looking forward to with this New York Liberty team. So first off, elephant in the room, Liberty lost last year. We know in the championship game, 70-69. Breana Stewart shot a terrible 3 for 17. They missed about 10 shots inside 10 feet. It was a tough game for them to walk away from. But it's another year for Stewart, Ionescu, Vandersloot, and Jonquel Jones to kind of gel together, really try to build out the rest of this rotation with the bench and try to get better defensively. That's been the main goal of this team this offseason. They had 5 centers last year. And with that going into this year, they want some more versatility in the wing area. They want to be deeper defensively. They try to take some swings and get some big names in the offseason. Didn't really pan out, but they have shortened the bench literally by only carrying 3 centers this year. They got a lot more wings. They're hoping that kind of like Sabali and Kayla Thornton kind of add a little bit more in the forward department. They also have 2 young overseas players coming that they want to get in here soon. But depending on how long their season goes with their current clubs in other countries, it's yet to be seen when they'll join the team. But they have a young rookie, multi-position wing, Leone Fibish, and a second-year player in Ivana Dojkic. So those are going to be 2 pieces that are really going to be important for the Liberty's success this year because they want to shorten the minutes for their stars and try to make sure we get through the season with no injuries. Make sure that everyone's playing at a high level in the right moments in the season. So this bench needs to get deeper. This bench needs to play great defensive ball. And really, they need all 12 on the roster to be contributing for them to make another run at it. But also, this is a team with MVP winner Breana Stewart last year, trying to, repeat the performance. Sabrina Ionescu, who before Caitlin Clark blew up the scene, Sabrina Ionescu was becoming a huge name in the league and outside of the league, where doing a 3-point contest with Steph Curry, everyone's seeing how she's shooting from deep for 3. So I think hopefully she can carry on and just add more elements to her game, keep on building upon this resume. And Breana Stewart just keeps having another great MVP run. So I believe Breana Stewart is like 2nd or 3rd in the MVP odds right now. So wouldn't be a bad bet to place right there. And this is a team that obviously came 1 shot short of a championship. So it's going to be an interesting season all year. We're going to be here after every game, breaking down what's going on and staying up to date with these stories. So outside of the Liberty, let's take a look at some of the teams around the East. So quickly going around the league in the East, the Suns are a team that the Liberty knocked out of the playoffs last year. They're looking to get back. Their star player, Brianna Jones, is coming off an Achilles tear. So something to look, is it going to be a slow start this season? How long is it going to take for her to get up to game speed? But with a nice nucleus of Bonner, Jones, and Thomas on that squad, this team does have a chance to compete in the playoffs this year. I expect them to make playoffs, and we'll see how far this nucleus actually takes them. They're a gritty team, real defensive team. So they're going to be someone, I think, as more viewers start to tune into the WNBA, I think they can easily become a fan favorite for just their play style. Next, we have the Atlanta Dream, where former number 1 overall pick, Ryhne Howard. How is she going to handle this? Is she going to take a big jump this season? How is this Atlanta team going to compete? Got a lot to live up to because number 1 pick, new number 1 pick comes along in Caitlin Clark, and everyone wants to talk about her. Everyone wants to watch Caitlin play. And you're kind of sitting there as Ryhne Howard and being like, I was just the number 1 pick. I've done this for a year. Now let me take this leap. Let me become a better outside shooter. Let me be more efficiently. Let me be a more efficient scorer. Let me get that field goal percentage up. And if you could do those things, I think her game can round out perfectly. and she can get that recognition back that Caitlin Clark has kind of taken over as this new face, new number one draft pick. Where let's give Ryhne her respect. Like, she's the number one pick before. She's going to be the leader of this team. I think she has a lot of potential to blow up this year. Um, Haley Jones also shows great potential on this team. I think this is going to be, a decent team. We'll see if they can make it to playoffs. And speaking of Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, the team that everyone is literally trying to buy tickets to see, the ticket prices are going up, the venues are going up. I want to go see Caitlin play. And not just Caitlin. I want to see Aaliyah Boston. I want to see this squad, the veteran guards that they have. I really think this is going to be a fun team to watch. And watching the preseason, Caitlin is not just scoring, she is passing the ball really well. And I think this is going to be an underrated part of her game, which, like, people are going to want to see the threes. They're going to want to see her score. But watching her play with this team, she is selfless and she is making amazing passes. And I think that's going to be a real highlight for her this year as she kind of settles into scoring in this league. And if she does lean on Aaliyah Boston early in this year and then settle into a consistent 20 to 30 point scorer, like, that's going to be amazing to watch. And it's going to be dangerous for the rest of this league if this Indiana team has Aaliyah Boston performing at a very high level and then Caitlin Clark putting it all together like we saw her do at Iowa. Now we have the Washington Mystics. I mean, not a completely different situation from the Washington Wizards here. This team is tanking. You got Elena Delle Donne taking a break from basketball. She's getting MRI on her back spasms. She's really considering retiring or trying to get out of the Mystics in general. So not the best situation for them. They do, however, have Aaliyah Edwards, a young piece that they could potentially build around for the future. But I think this is tank city for Washington. I think get a high pick, draft, a Paige Beckers, a Kiki Irfan, and start to rebuild this squad. So it's going to be tough for them without Delle Donne to compete this year. So I'm not going to be watching. I'm not going to be holding my breath too much for some Washington Mystics wins. And last, we have a really interesting Chicago Sky team with their two rookies coming in, Angel Reese and Kamila Cardoso. Angel Reese actually had to stand up and tell the rest of the team, I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be talking and I'm going to be in your guys' face, but don't take it as disrespect because she's coming in to improve and she's coming in to improve this locker room and really push everyone to be their best. And that's everything you want in a leader. I think she's already stepping into a leadership role and this team's embracing that. They're not really pushing her away or judging her for being outspoken. They're really embracing that. And I think this whole team is going to, and I really think this whole team is going to defy some expectations. I saw some people feeling like that this Chicago team is going to be towards the bottom of the league. And they do have two young rookies who are mostly rebounders. They have to develop their offensive game. And that's going to be the story with them all the year. How are they going to score? How are they going to space the floor with these two mostly dominant rebounders? And they're coming off a season where they lost Kalia Copper. They don't have their own draft pick. They can't really tank here. They need to try to compete for a playoff spot. And they have the Mercury's pick. I'm thinking that the Mercury are not going to be that great this year. So building up these young rookies and then going in the draft next year and getting a really talented player, like I said, Kiki Irfan, Paige Beckers, to add some offense to this team would be the perfect situation for the Sky and really build the future for the next 5-7 years. And I think this is going to be an exciting team. I think the Sky with Angel Reese is going to be must-see basketball, much like the rest of these teams, with a good mix of veterans and really talented rookies. I'm excited to see it all. I'm looking forward to watching every Liberty game, and we'll be right here watching them try to win the championship this year. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you comment what team you're representing and how you feel about the Liberty this year, and like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.